You know what I'm saying? In front of everybody. Oh. Game starts at 20, bet slip is empty. I gotta call KG.
KG, what up?
I got nothing for you, Fox.
Come on. What you got, huh?
It is spa day, Jamie. You don't interrupt spa day.
Okay. Gracie, what's up?
I need some tips.
Jamie, you want a tip?
Yeah.
No.
Come on, somebody. Jalen, what's up, man?
You want a tip?
Yeah.
You really want a tip?
I really need some tips.
Don't call somebody on live TV, Jamie Foxx.
Well, you answered. Have other friends anyway. Marshawn, Barry, holla.
Jamie Foxx. Hey, what's up with it, Fox?
Listen, I need some tips.
I'm like L.A.
LA?
No. Dallas.
Dallas?
Dallas not the
Dallas?
We gotta get to Miami. How about Detroit? Nah, Barry over there.
You know what? I'm gonna call y'all right now. Vanessa, I need your help.
I got a tip for you. Always go with your gut.
I like that. Going with my gut. Let's go with our gut.
Welcome to Turnpike Sports. I'm Dave Weischadle, and as always, I'm joined by my producer and co-host, Doug Weischadle, from the Turnpike Bar. Doug, I'm getting into spring training baseball. Saw a couple games.
It's very interesting watching the new rules in action, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's very interesting. The one game I saw, the one that stuck out to me is the Marlins and the Mets game was postponed because of the sprinkler system just popped on. So I guess it's spring training for the grounds crew too.
It's
so.
spring training for everyone all around. But again, it's going to be very interesting to see how these teams deal with the new rules.
Yeah.
And also, I'm very curious to see how it affects in-play betting.
Yeah. I mean, it's one. I'm assuming I'm going to have to talk to some professional bettors
Yes.
or people in the sportsbook operations realm, because I'm very curious what they feel like the bigger bases are going to, how they're going to affect scoring and things like that. How the balk rule now, or the enforced balk rule, I should say. How is that going to affect future betting? So this is an interesting time if you're a baseball bettor. You want to see how these new rule applications and the new base size will affect everything. Obviously, they did the base sizes for a reason. They must have did
Increases
a study.
Offense. It increases offense.
Yeah, certainly.
Shorter distance allows more
MLB
steals.
did a study or something like that, and
We gotta look at it.
decided.
Shorter distance allows more steals, allows the runner to get across the bases quicker. I'm more curious.
Again, future betting and prop betting, how does that affect everything in baseball?
I'm actually very curious to see who's going to be the first one to come up with the most balk markets for a game. In terms of a balk to the next play, that sort of thing.
I have not heard any interviews by pitchers to see how they're going to deal with the bulk rules are the same. I think they're just going to be enforced more. They're going to be stressed more. So I'm curious to see if pitchers. A lot of pitchers have very interesting movements. They have their very unique motions to the home plate and to first base. I'm curious to see if they're modifying their techniques a little bit.
Well, the one thing about the enforced balk rule, pitchers are only allowed to throw to first base twice when there's a runner on. So I'm very curious to see what happens when a pitcher forgets he can only do it twice.
Yeah, right.
I wonder how many unintentional balks are going to be happening there.
Yeah.
I mean, unintentional by the pitcher, not by the rules.
I think this puts a lot of pressure on the catcher. I mean, the catcher usually tells the pitcher when to throw the first,
Yes.
and the catcher has to be the main person responsible for throwing people out stealing with these enlarged bases now. So I'm very curious. I haven't heard any interviews by catchers either, so
No.
I'm very curious how the catchers in this league feel.
Well, how
So-
about the base runner? After the pitcher throws the second
Oh,
time to first
let me
base,
tell you something.
are we
Base
going to
runner-
see much longer leads?
base runners must love it now.
Yeah.
The base runners must love it. Well,
And the pressure is going to be on the catcher to throw the first now.
I just said,
Yeah.
yeah. So, well, we got a great show coming up. We got a Beat in the House segment where we look at all the jackpots from around the country and around the world. So lately, you've been doing a lot of
There's been a lot of
out of
international
country,
jackpots.
international jackpots, and we're also doing by the numbers. A segment of the show I'm terrible at, where Doug, how do you explain it? You throw out a,
I
number,
throw out a number.
and I try and figure out what you're talking about, and
Yeah,
you tell
yeah.
me what the number is. I'm terrible at it, but we're going to do it. I'll muscle through. But
Okay.
actually, I got it last
You got
week.
well. I try and make them very
You can kind of tell
relatable
it.
to what we're talking.
Yeah, we talked about
yeah.
the Ocho. I think you gave
Exactly.
me 8 for the
Exactly.
ESPN Ultra.
Yep.
Ocho.
Ocho.
Ocho. Today's trip down the Turnpike is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
Exit 1.
Well, we just had the Super Bowl not too long ago, and I'll be honest with you, the Super Bowl is an event that people will be analyzing for months, if not a year on end, until the next one happens.
Okay.
Today, we're going to be talking about an aspect of the online sports betting industry that kind of generated some interest in how the approaches were going to differ for this year's Super Bowl, and that's in the digital advertising realm.
Okay.
We're seeing a lot of more operators focusing more on they want to focus on profitability versus customer acquisition and, getting market share at all costs kind of attitude. They're starting to shift to get profitability for their company and their shareholders.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very interesting to see some of these studies when it came to the digital realm. I'm talking about the streamers.
Okay.
Fubo TV,
All right.
ESPN.com, Twitter, and a study done by Pathmatics, which is an analytics company for that advertises the digital side of everything we do in our world here, not the linear TV stuff, but the digital side. And they took a look at some of the movers and some of the non-movers in the digital area for this year's Super Bowl.
Okay.
It was very interesting because we saw a couple companies do an uptick in their spend, a couple of companies go down, and a couple of new entries start putting some money into the digital side of everything.
Okay. All
We've
right.
got DraftKings is the leader for this year's digital side of broadcasting for this year's Super Bowl. They upped their spend in the area by about 34% to $4.6 million.
Okay.
It was actually kind of interesting when that kind of number doesn't sound like a lot. When you look at the percentage of how much of the total spend in the market area was, they accounted for 47% of the total spend in the digital marketing space for online sports betting.
Now, this doesn't count for the actual
That's linear
network.
TV. That's
yeah,
linear
network
TV.
TV. So
Yeah.
when you say they spent that
Digital.
much,
It's only digital.
they spent ads for the Super Bowl that was streamed.
Well,
correct?
this is
that what-
the streaming side of the Super Bowl.
Okay,
Yes.
streaming side of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So
So
just
we-
want to make clear
Yep.
to everyone.
Well,
So-
digital is streaming, OTTs, that sort of stuff,
Okay.
and also Twitter.
okay.
What we have is kind of mirroring what we're seeing in a lot of states. DraftKings was number one. FanDuel was number two. Now, a lot of times we see FanDuel number one in online sports betting in the majority of states, but here, when it comes to the spend, FanDuel was down 30% year over year compared to the way DraftKings was up 34%.
Let me tell you something. I think FanDuel, though, had the most effective with that kick of destiny
Well,
thing.
that was on TV.
Which-
that was a TV.
Well,
only.
yeah, I know, but it's still
Yeah.
it was one of those things where that was such a popular thing. By the way, like a lot of people, I thought he made the kick. So
Oh, yeah,
I
no,
watched
no.
it.
Well-
It was one of those optical illusions. They said he didn't make the kick. I'm looking. Looks like he made the kick.
Well, if you watch the wording of the commercial, it was set up for him to miss the kick. I think they were.
Or I thought it was one of those, like those internet things. Last year there was something. What is the color of this dress? Some people
Yeah.
said purple. Some people said red, and I was like shocked that there were people be differing for a simple color that they can see. But I think that was like one of those things. I was thinking,
Nope.
wow, some people think he made it, and some people think he didn't make it.
Well, again,
So,
look
I don't know.
look at the wording that popped up on the screen. He made the field goal, but the wording says, "But you still win." So I think there was some kind of miscommunication with all that.
I don't know.
I don't know. It was interesting nonetheless. But
I think it's more interesting with some people thinking he missed it than because we're talking about it right now. Everyone's talking about it.
$7 million to make that commercial, by the way.
Yeah.
So,
Very effective.
Yeah, very effective for $17 million being given out, if you
Yes.
think about it. 10 for the bonuses dished out, 7 to spend on the 30-second ad spend. But what's more interesting is seeing the other sports books, what they did. Caesars and BetMGM, which have been so focused on profitability right now, and don't get me wrong, FanDuel and DraftKings are interested in that too, but Caesars and BetMGM have made a conscious effort to steer toward profitability. They both put their spending down in this area. They spent less, 74% less, Caesars.
Okay.
74% less this year. BetMGM, about 45% less. So, again, the focus on profitability is driving a lot of the ad spends lately in terms of digital side of the streaming of the Super Bowl.
Isn't sports betting such an interesting type of business? Let's be honest. It's been with us for a couple of years
Yes.
now, and like you said, customer acquisition is was the main goal.
Yeah.
But it makes news when a sports book becomes profitable.
Yes.
With all this money being thrown around and all this money being spent and all these commercials, you kind of fail to realize some of these books are operating in the red.
Constantly.
Yeah. So,
Constantly.
but so when someone actually makes profitability, it actually makes news.
Well, the industry's gone from what you said, customer acquisition to customer retention, and now we're having profitability.
Well, I had
This
trouble
is
getting
like a
that word
different-
out, acquisition, huh?
Well, a lot of
My
sports
brain
books
freeze.
Hey, a lot of sports books are having trouble with
Yeah,
that
yeah.
term anyway because some of them are failing.
Yeah.
But what was interesting, two sports books, Tipico and WinBet, started increasing their ad spends.
Interesting.
Tipico, obviously, they're making a big push in Ohio because that just recently launched.
Sure.
They spent just only $530,000 on digital ads around the Super Bowl, but that's almost a 400% increase from the year before.
Yeah.
And WinBet was
I can't remember a typical ad
no,
last year. So,
no, and also I don't remember seeing an actual TV ad for Tipico.
No.
I know they were all over the place on the streamers.
Yeah.
And also you have WinBet, which spent about $250,000, but interestingly enough, they focused on the casino side of the business, not the sports betting side.
I think we're going to see a lot of that. I think, here in New Jersey, not only do we have the sports books, but a lot of the sports books have a online casino attached to them. We're starting to see, anyway, on regular network linear TV, as you're calling it, we're seeing a lot more ads of online casinos.
First of all, I didn't coin that term.
Yeah,
linear
exactly.
TV is what it is.
You're making things up? You could be making things up.
Nope,
I don't
linear
know.
TV is what it is.
By the way, speaking of commercials, what was the commercial that I got to be honest with you, and it's not for any good reason or bad reason. It's just sticking in my head. The last Super Bowl commercial that made an impact with me, that it's still making an impact with me, is
Puppy Baby Monkey.
Puppy Monkey Baby.
Puppy Monkey Baby.
Puppy Monkey Baby.
I think that was Dr. Pepper. Or
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I have no earthly idea. All I have is these Puppy Monkey Baby things running through my head.
No one has touched that one.
It's
Since then.
weird. It's just bizarre and weird and so out there that I can't. I still remember it, and that's years ago.
I really hope Puppy Monkey Baby is not the pinnacle of advertising.
And let me tell you
for
something.
the
Like I
Super
said, the only commercial I really remember from this 2 weeks ago was the Kick of Destiny.
Bowl. Gronk, yeah.
Yeah, but Puppy Monkey Baby is like sticking with me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's weird.
Well, again, going back to this, it's interesting to see how the drive for profitability is now starting to change how the marketing of all these online entities are being done.
Yeah.
Exit 2.
You just did an interview recently with Lloyd Danzig.
Yes.
And one of the topics you discussed with him was artificial intelligence. Here we are. We're going to be talking some artificial intelligence when it comes to Fortnite.
Okay.
A company.
By the way, I'm going to let you do the story, but I'm going to ask you at the end, so I'll prepare yourself. There are new copyright rules for AI.
I was going to get into
okay,
that
all right,
now, as
good,
a matter of fact.
Good. As a good lawyer, I'm bringing up a important legal issue. So.
Well, again, this is what you just referenced. I was going to bring it up anyway.
No, go ahead. Go with your story.
But anyway,
I didn't want to screw your flow there.
No. The flow is ruined.
Okay.
Anyway, so
It's
but
too
no,
late.
the Copyright Office, in terms of artificial intelligence or AI created works by authors, quote unquote authors, to deal with the artificial intelligence aspect of the industry that's becoming more prominent, Copyright Office is going to be issuing new rules that will govern how AI created works are going to be handled. And a lot of the problem here is delineating what's human created versus AI created. And from what I'm seeing, the Copyright Office, if it's a combination of the work, AI and human, whatever's created by the human is going to be registrable as a copyright. The AI is not. If it's solely AI, it's not going to be registrable as a copyright. So there's a whole new industry right there of trying to figure out what's registrable as a copyright with when you have artificial intelligence involved. Here we're going to be talking about the use of AI in coaching for Fortnite.
Okay.
We have a company, Omnic Data, has created an AI-powered esports coaching platform called Omnic Forge, which is used to help improve performance for gamers when they're playing Fortnite.
Okay.
Now, they just did a 3-month study using about 200 players for Fortnite. This is Fortnite only.
Okay. This is only for Fortnite.
This is Fortnite.
Only for Fortnite.
It can apply probably to other games,
Sure.
But what happened was the players submitted their video of their gameplay over so many hours. Whatever the number of hours was, everybody uploaded the same amount. It was plugged into this platform. The AI took a look at how they were playing. It has a whole set of algorithms that it goes through. Data's tracked, monitored by the computer, and then the machine learning techniques create a report based upon what the AI saw in the videos.
Okay.
And it makes recommendations on how to improve performance based upon all the video that it watched. And what they found was what they're calling the Omnic Forge, which is AI-powered, helped reduce damage taken in the game by 32% in all the players.
That's huge.
Yep.
32% is huge.
And also, this is interesting. I don't know too much about this aspect of Fortnite, but it improved players' in-game healing efficiency by more than 100%. So they were able to heal quicker in the game.
More than 100%?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm
I'm
not familiar with the healing part of that.
This kind of technology, I mean, it's being used by Fortnite now. I'm assuming this can be used across different games.
It's being used by Omnic Data.
Okay.
For Fortnite.
Okay.
It's a Fortnite coaching platform.
All right.
It's going to be applied to other games
I would
soon.
think so. I mean, what great technology.
But it's very interesting to see how AI is becoming more and more prominent in esports, not only for this in terms of coaching players, but also there's a company over in South Korea that's developed a platform to create AI-powered observers to help judge and rule on the games themselves.
Wow.
You won't need a spotter, basically, when you're doing a broadcast to do a ruling on whatever happening in the games. You're going to have an AI observer, watching the game, reporting on the game, and that's the way it may be broadcast in the future from an AI aspect. So
soon, you know what? No one's ever going to leave their homes anymore. It's just going to be an AI world, and we're just going to sit around, have our avatars in the metaverse, and call out for groceries or whatever we need, and drones are going to give it to us, and we're just going to sit in our pod and just live out our lives in our own pod.
So basically, it's either going to be a combination. It's going to be a combination
happen.
of Skynet and the Matrix.
Yeah, that's basically it. That's
So we're going to
Florida.
have tubes coming out the back of our head like Reeves did in
It's getting
Neo.
crazy. It's getting crazy now.
So, but interesting way of using AI, and AI is one of the biggest investment sectors of the industry right now.
Oh yeah,
so,
no, it's huge.
Yeah,
It's
so-
huge. I mean, it's being used in sports betting. You know,
being used everywhere.
You know, everywhere.
It's actually being used in places you don't even realize. Netflix has an AI. You know, whenever that's how they get their recommendations.
Well, yeah, I know. Look, I mean, it's one of those things. Supermarkets are, you know, they're basing their
loyalty cards.
Your cards.
Yep.
You know, they're basing their coupons they give you on what you have purchased in the past, and they're making recommendations based on decisions that you've made in the past. So yeah, no, everything is AI. Everything is customization and things like that.
Drizzly makes it easy to shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and liquor from wherever I am. I just open the app, find what I want, and it's at my door in under 60 minutes.
Drizzly. Ding dong, Drizzly.
Exit 3.
We just finished an exit there where we just talked about copyright law a little bit. We're going from copyright to trademark here.
Oh, okay.
We haven't done one of these in a while, and I love looking at these
a
trademarks.
completely different federal office you have to file in.
Yes.
So it's the Patent Trademark Office, and the other one was the Copyright Office.
Copyright, you go to copyright.gov. That's the Copyright Office website. Here you go
Okay,
to USPTO.gov.
Here's how long it's been since I've filled out a copyright form. It used to be $35. Is it still $35?
Depends. It's $55 for work for hire, $75 for a personal copyright.
Wow.
That sort of
All
thing.
right.
Yeah, it's all they're changing them, and also it's going to change again because of all the AI.
By the way, last one I filled out was an actual piece of paper. Now,
Yeah,
now
they don't
people
want you to do that anymore.
Now you just go on online and do them.
They've actually started. I don't want to say discouraging paper filings, but when you do a paper filing now, not only is
It takes longer.
the processing time for the actual application
And is it more
much
expensive?
longer. It's more expensive
All
when you
right.
pay by check or money order.
Okay.
And also, it takes more time because they have to process the money first before they even put you in the system.
Okay.
So they're trying to make people, or I don't want to say make, but they want people to file.
They're trying to
electronically.
lead people in the direction of filing
They want
online.
they want a greater digital footprint.
Okay.
Let me put it that way.
All right.
Here we are. We're going to talk sports trademarks because I haven't done this in a while. And as we're going through this, please keep in mind these are all intent to use. None of these products are on the market yet.
Okay.
Again, just basic background here. Two types of trademark applications: in use, which means you're actually using it for a business purpose, or an intent to use. Nothing's done yet. It's just an intent. You intend to use this at some point down the road on the products listed in the application.
Yeah.
Well, we have three athletes filing all brand new trademarks. We have Giannis Antetokounmpo. I always have
Say
trouble
what?
with
What's
that.
again?
The Greek freak. The Greek freak.
Antetokounmpo.
The Greek freak.
Yes, the Greek freak.
He has-
I'm assuming he's trademarking the Greek freak.
He's already done that.
Good. And by the way, they should, because that protects their brand. So that's good that he did that.
Well, he's filed three new trademarks based upon his Greek freak brand.
Good.
Stay Freaky,
All right.
Freak Show,
All right.
and Unseen Freaky Hours. Now, Freaky is spelled, his number is 34.
Yes.
So Freaky, the EA in Freaky is a 34.
That's clever.
Very clever.
Well, that almost ensures that it's going to go
Yes.
through.
But it's not just the wording of the mark that's interesting. It's the array of products.
Okay.
If you go to his applications, you'll see apparel, shirts, hats, that sort of stuff. Stress balls,
Okay.
those like the semi-plastic wristbands, backpacks, pencils, and wetsuits.
Wetsuits. By the way,
Wetsuits.
the reason why I looked over here, I think I actually have a stress ball somewhere. It's not a freaky. Yeah, here it is. Is he talking about these things? It's the shape of a football here.
Yep, one of those.
Right there.
So he's got.
He's
got
I could get
three
a
new.
Stay Freaky stress ball soon.
I'm curious to see what the Stay Freaky
Stay
wetsuit
Freak-
looks like,
Yeah, Stay Freaky wetsuit.
or a Freak Show wetsuit.
Well,
I
he's
don't know.
Greek. I mean, the Greek Isles. And,
Yep.
and things
Oh no,
like
it
that.
makes
A lot-
sense.
a lot
It makes
of
perfect
water.
sense. Makes perfect sense. Your quarterback over at Philly, Philadelphia Eagles quarterback
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
You know, he just before had filed one that was Hurts So Good. He filed a trademark that's used for
Again,
clothing and charity sales.
Yes,
It all goes to charity.
Oh, great for him. But and that's even more important, getting a trademark, because look, anyone who's ever been to a tailgate party out in one of the lots, or it just goes for any team. They have the slogans, you have the T-shirts, there are the black market T-shirts, and I'm sure there were Hurts So Good T-shirts out there.
They were everywhere.
But no, that protects their brand, especially if it's going to be given to charity. So,
well, after the Super Bowl, he was answering questions to reporters with this phrase that he actually filed a trademark on. I had a purpose before anyone had an opinion. That's a mouthful to put on a T-shirt,
all right,
but he filed that as an intent-to-use trademark.
Not sure how catchy that is, but
if he puts the initials together, maybe it's something. I don't know. Again, it's something he was saying during the interviews for the Super Bowl, and it kind of makes sense because it was, he was getting kind of fed up with people saying he came out of nowhere and all this other stuff about his stats and all that. So, makes sense.
Yeah.
Last one, new trademark. We have Kyrie Irving.
All right.
Went to a new team. He's got a new trademark. He's got no concern.
Okay.
Another intent to use, filed by his company, Kai Family Enterprises, LLC. The reason no concern is when people asked him about requesting the trade or demanding a trade, the way they phrased the questions. He had no concern over people's opinions.
Okay.
So no concern. Interesting.
So there are two intent to use trademarks by two athletes in response to criticism. So,
exactly.
Interesting.
This one's interesting. As interesting as wetsuits were for the Greek Freak, we have the trademark is for the following type of items: NFTs, restaurants, bars, catering services, advertising services, and motivational and educational speaking services.
Interesting. The restaurant and bars is the no concern bar or something like that?
I don't know what it would be for, but it's maybe there's a no concern menu coming out somewhere, or a no concern meal or something. I don't know. But again, NFTs, restaurants, and bars are very interesting, and the motivational speaking thing is too.
Yeah,
it's kind of interesting there as well.
You almost have to put NFTs now. Yeah. Everything's an NFT, and NFT is such
it's also a
big thing. It's
also a different class. These are all multiple class files.
So NFTs have their own separate class.
You got
we can probably explain this. The reason why we know what these intent to use trademarks are for is because there are different classes you have to file under. One class is apparel, one class is NFTs, another class is this. So that's how we know what they intend to use this
now,
like
the motivational educational speaking aspect of Kyrie's mark would be falling under probably a service mark, which is a catch-all thing down at it's like class number 41 or 42. They keep adding to these things because NFTs are now in one other class too as well.
Yeah.
So, but they're multiple class filings. That's what you got to do, and you also got to pay for each class.
Okay.
So, just word to the wise that if you're filing applications, you got to actually be ready to spend a little extra money when you're doing multiple class filings.
We have a bunch of trademarks. We should do one for an NFT. I know, just to say we have an NFT trademark.
A Turnpike NFT.
Yeah, Turnpike NFT.
Might be something to consider.
Exit 4.
In today's show, we've actually done streaming TV versus linear TV. We've done artificial intelligence and esports. We've done trademark law that encompasses NFTs. We are now going totally old school here.
All right.
We have the very first pinball museum opening up.
I got to be honest with you. I saw this on the production notes. I can't believe there isn't a pinball museum already.
This is a very unique one.
All right.
The Dino Merluzzi Pinball and Modern Art Museum.
Okay.
It's a combination of not just the technical aspects and the development of the pinball machine, but also the artwork around the pinball machines as well.
Look, the pinball machine, I mean, is such a part of our culture, and it really reflects our culture because I've played pinball. There was a KISS pinball machine.
Still is.
And there's
Still is.
this and pinball machine and that pinball machine, and it really reflected what was going on at the time. So that's what made me shocked that they don't have a pinball machine museum
Not
already.
like this one. This is free to enter.
Oh, okay.
They're not charging anything to enter.
Good.
5 different eras starting in the 50s, going all the way up to modern day. And you're able to go in and not just tour the museum, but play some of the games.
Oh,
They
wow.
have functioning games, pinball machines from all different eras that you can actually go in
I would
and play.
assume you're not going to be able to play a 1950s machine.
They've got them there, according to the reports I've been given.
Terrified for a whole lot of people playing a 1950
they may not
machine.
be the original parts.
Okay, all right.
The ones that you're playable, but again, you can go in, you can tour the museum, you can look at the
Can you
artwork,
imagine the
you can look at
insurance
the
on that
machines.
place if you're letting people play machines?
Well, supposedly this is all private collections. So I don't know exactly where the insurance comes from, but again, you're seeing vintage material. There's also jukeboxes in there.
All right.
Window decals, artwork, like I said, books, records, all this.
I always like
vintage
those.
material.
I always like those museums, and that really allow you the hands-on thing. The one great one was the Hall of Fame. I consider Hall of Fames museums because they document the sport. Was in Springfield, Massachusetts, the Basketball Hall of Fame, where they actually have a court in the center of the. What other Hall of Fame can you shoot free throws and shoot around and things like that in the museum?
Okay,
it was so much fun.
Like that, but think of it for this kind of museum where they were actually letting you use the peach basket as the bucket.
See that's why I said these were modern balls and modern. It was just an actual basketball court in the middle. It was a basketball court in the middle of the museum.
Yeah,
but I wasn't using vintage. I wasn't handling vintage material. But if you're handling vintage material in these pinball things, I'd be a little scared.
But I will tell you, for basketball, if you're using a vintage basketball, most kids nowadays will be totally disappointed because it doesn't bounce as well as the new basketballs. So it's a whole different kind of sport now. But I just find it very interesting to do something like this. There's at least 25, according to the press releases I saw, that are able to be played by the public. Not all of them. But
I would
they've set
assume
aside certain ones.
Okay, good.
That you can play, free to enter. And also reservation.
So where
only.
is this?
The only downside, if you're a pinball freak here in the United States, it's free to go to the museum. It's not free to book a trip to Italy to go to the museum.
Okay, where in Italy is it?
It is in Umbria.
Oh, okay,
the Umbria region of Italy.
It'll cost you a couple $1,000 to get there, but if you're coming from here, but
if you're a pinball freak, this is like Mecca.
It should be in your bucket list if you like pinball.
Exactly. And I hope this stays open a long time. This just opened mid-February.
Okay, good.
So it's brand new, and if you get a chance to go to Italy and you like pinball, this might be your first stop on the trip. But that's we'll see exactly where it goes.
And today's trip down the Turnpike was brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using our promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
And as always, you can get in touch with Turnpike Sports by calling or texting us at 609-512-5910. That's 609-512-5910. At Turnpike Sports is the show's handle on Facebook and Twitter. At Turnpike Sports Radio is our handle on Instagram. And as always, our email address is info@turnpikesportsradio.com. And don't forget, you can listen to the show via Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes, radio.com mobile app, as well as Stitcher and YouTube. You can also watch us on your smart TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV. Head on over to turnpikesports.net. You'll be able to watch our video channel there.
Well, we got a great show coming up. We got a Beat in the House segment, and we also have a By the Numbers. So stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
Attention. If you owe back taxes to the IRS, watch this urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by hiring 87,000 new agents to garnish your paycheck and put liens on homes and businesses. They can even seize your bank account. The IRS calls it enforced compliance, and now they have the manpower to get you. Penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily. So call One Stop Tax Relief Shop and get the IRS off your back. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. And no other tax shop gets you more or faster approvals. One Stop Tax Relief has resolved thousands of cases since 2014 and saved clients millions of dollars. Call now for a free consultation. Connect with tax professionals who get the IRS off your back.
Call 800-605-0688. 800-605-0688.
One Stop Tax Relief Shop.
With costs going up, Adam and Eve is the best deal around. With 50% off a sexy adult product at adamandeve.com. That's 50% off right now when you point the camera on your smartphone at the code on the screen. Don't get up. Just open your camera and point it at the screen. Hurry! You'll also get 10 free gifts, including free discreet shipping at checkout. This is your chance to get more for less. So scan now for 50% off plus 10 free gifts from adamandeve.com.
Welcome back to Turnpike Sports. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We are here this week for another installment of By the Numbers.
A segment which I hate. I usually get wrong, but
well, you've been doing pretty good lately.
Well, last week you said 8, and I did the ocho. So hopefully you'll telegraph it again this week.
Well, I try not to throw out any kind of brain teasers here. So,
I guess we should explain what we're doing. You're going to throw out a number, and I have to figure out what the hell you're talking about, right?
It could be a dollar amount. It could be a statistic. Could be a percentage. Dave doesn't know. He can guess, but again, I try and make these things like a softball pitch, where you can enjoy talking about this stuff.
All right.
This week, I have a single number to give you.
Just a single number. Okay.
Just a single number.
All right.
Since we just reintroduced the segment, we're easing back into this.
Okay, I'm easing back into it.
Yes, maybe next time I'll have 2 or 3. I don't know. But right now, the number we're going to be using is 23.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I know this, because why else would I hear this number 23, especially on ESPN or Fox Sports? 23, correct me if I'm wrong, is that the average length of time that baseball games have been shortened by because of the pitch clock?
That's correct.
All right. All right. Boy, there should be some sound effect of
I know. I should have some horns or something, some kind of image popping up on the screen celebrating you got the number.
It's interesting because I've heard people hate it, and then I heard people love it. So I'm not sure how everyone falls on this. I know the purists don't like it.
Yeah, exactly.
And certainly, look, when I was a kid and I learned to pitch and things like that, the whole thing people were telling me, I throw the pitch, but hey, walk around, play with some dirt, and get into the batter's head. And I don't know if you can do that anymore with a pitch clock like they have, but I guess the pitch clock, the batters have to be ready quicker.
The batter clock, I guess they're calling it. I don't know what they're calling the batter side of it.
The base size, the bulk rules. I mean, everything is all about speeding up the game, and apparently it's speeding up the game. Well, now, if people like that, okay, I don't know. But
you ran through some of the rules there. You missed one that I thought was particularly
there's
important.
a whole bunch of rules,
No shift. They got rid of the shift.
The shift is gone. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So I think,
which, by the way,
Yeah.
I mean, I think the whole idea about the shift was, you know what, batters will learn to find a way around that,
Yes.
or hit them where they ain't. So,
Exactly.
but they can't do that apparently.
no, the,
So,
the shift is gone, and what you're referring to is directional batting, basically,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you
But-
see the shift, you can actually hit the ball toward where the opening is, and I don't think most modern players know how to do that anyway.
You say modern players, but look, I was watching, I think it was Yes Network. I think it was the Perfect World Series by Don Larson. They were playing the Brooklyn Dodgers. And in that game, the Yankees had a shift on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a modern idea.
No,
but
it's not.
Apparently, it's being used a lot more nowadays.
Well,
But
you got to remember, when the shift was first introduced way back then,
yeah, it wasn't used as
often.
like as
Wasn't
often as it
used-
is now.
right.
Yeah, sure.
Or was
Yeah.
often as it was. But at that time, when teams back then were using the shift, batters knew how to hit the ball better.
Well, yeah.
I really think that's a lost art, that directional batting that you don't see anymore by the modern players. I think they got to relearn that skill more so than anything else. But with regards to the speeding up of the games, the average spring training game so far has been 23 minutes less than what it was the previous year.
Let me tell you something. I think the shift in and of itself, probably eliminating it won't speed up the game because you're encouraging more hitting.
Yeah.
So more hitting actually lengthens the game. So I'm not sure if the shift in and of itself, shortens the game. So I don't know if we could put it in that basket of it shortening the game. But,
but the shift and the base size don't shorten the game. The pitch clock, the batter's clock, the balk rule, the altered balk rule that they have now, all those three things do speed up the game.
Yeah,
a bit.
well, the clock, certainly speeds up the game. So people like it, people don't like it. I think what was the average length of a game? It was
last year in spring training.
Okay,
3 hours 1 minute. This year spring training, 2 hours 38 minutes. Now, the speed of the game is geared toward getting the younger demographic back involved. Because
kids are going to watch a 3-hour game.
No, they want. Just recently, we just had a game. I think it was 25-24 was the score, or 26-25, whatever was the score.
I don't know where the hell was that one.
and it was just really, really interesting to see that level of offense. That's the type of game I think the younger demographic
you're not
wants.
Gonna get 25.
You're not going to get that all the time, but they also don't want to see a 1-0 3-hour pitcher's.
And can I speak as a person sitting on the East Coast?
Yep.
10 o'clock baseball games are so difficult to watch.
Well, they're 7 o'clock out there.
I know, but just wow. I mean, look, I got a life. I got to get up in the morning. I can't. So I'd certainly love to watch the Dodgers or the Seattle Mariners or the San Diego Padres. But you know what? When they start at 10 o'clock, and they don't start at 10 o'clock, it's like quarter after 10, 20 after 10, and things like that. So, look, I get the purist idea that you shouldn't be tampering with something like that, but in this day and age where you kind of have to move things along a little bit, I see what MLB is doing. So but 23 minutes, the average game dropping. That's
again
impressive. I didn't think it'd be like that.
I think unintentionally Major League Baseball created more business for the betting operators in terms of now there are more markets to hit. The bulk market. Will the pitcher actually beat the pitch clock? Will the
can I
batter
say?
have a problem?
I wonder if I wonder if there's going to be
micro
markets on the speed of the pitch clock and the speed.
Stuff.
Yeah,
all that.
It'll be more challenging in play betting because you have less time to react. If you're going to throw down a bet, you better do it pretty quick.
Yep.
So
and also you also have that rule.
See, that's what that pitch clock is. Yeah. That's how much time you have to place a bet.
You also got the other one where the pitcher can only throw to first base when there's a runner on base 2 times.
Sure.
After that, it's a balk.
So
there's a whole bunch of new markets we're going to have to watch. I'm sure we're going to start seeing
for betting wise.
Especially like groups like Simple Bet that are going to be releasing data at some point. Regarding how this new set of rules,
you're in play betting, you better be quick.
And also the in play betting rules. The in play betting, the one thing that does change add to the markets is the big base size, because now you're going to have more steals. You're going to have probably quicker times between first and second and third.
Okay.
And I'm just curious to see exactly how we're going to see the creativity in the betting markets change with these new rules.
I would be very interested. I'm not talking about betting now, but I'd be very interesting to see how these changes in MLB affect college rules or Little League. I mean, if you want to learn the game that the big leaguers are playing, you better play the game the big leaguers are playing. So I wonder if, Little League is going to have big bases. Little League, will there be a pitch clock? I mean, just, hey.
Well, you
got to get these kids ready to play in the big leagues if that's what you want to do. So you have to play the game the big leaguers are playing.
Well, here's my thinking on that. You just brought up the bigger base pads, all the different rule changes. If you learned the traditional game without the pitch clock, with the smaller bases, with
the shift, I wonder if they. I have never done a shift in Little League.
I'm wondering
or high school ball.
If you teach kids the traditional game without all these new implemented rules, will the major league game seem easier when the college kids make it up there or the high school kids make it up there? I'm just wondering how
pitching coaches are going to have to change the way they coach.
I think maybe college pitchers will have an issue when they get to the big leagues. I don't know about the fielders and the batters.
I don't know.
I think it affects the collegiate pitcher level than anything else.
Well, we'll see. I guess we'll see. But 23 minutes is that's
nothing to sneeze at.
No, it's pretty good.
It's a good start. I'm just wondering where else they're going to shave off time at some point. So, but again, 23 was the number for this week.
I got it. That's a win for me.
There you go. That's
another
2
win
weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row. Yeah.
There you go. That's it for this week's By the Numbers. Stick around for more Turnpike Sports after this.
80% of falls in the home occur in the bathroom. Don't put yourself or a loved one at risk. There's a safe bathing system for everyone's budget.
Enjoy a bathing experience that combines safety, comfort, and excellence. If assisted living is not for you, a BCI walk-in tub may well be the answer, giving you the safety and freedom to live independently. A BCI walk-in tub is the most affordable and comfortable walk-in tub in the market today. With our dual drain technology, your tub will drain quickly, and for those that still like the feature of a shower, our two-way bliss gives you both a handheld and overhead shower head. We offer the best financing in the industry with payments as low as $99 per month or no interest, no payments for 18 months with approved credit. For comfort, safety, price, and selection, it's got to be BCI Walk-In Tub. Be one of the first 50 callers and save $1,500.
Call 800-354-4377, 800-354-4377 for a free no obligation in-home consultation.
With Drizzly, I can shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and liquor. I just open the app, find what I want, and it's at my door in under 60 minutes. Drizzly also lets me shop from multiple stores in my area and compare prices on thousands of products.
Ding dong, Drizzly.
It's a casino. People gotta win sometimes.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a giant, colorful check to deposit.
Beatin the House is brought to you by BetMGM Casino. Play your favorite casino games at BetMGM Online Casino. Slots, table games, live dealer games, everything you love about Atlantic City and Vegas, all online at BetMGM. Don't wait. Join in the fun now. Go to BetMGM Casino, create an account using our promo code Turnpike, and become a verified player. New players get $25 free when signing up, plus a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's promo code Turnpike at BetMGM.com for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus $25 free. Grab a lion's share of the fun at BetMGM.com. Must be 21 years or older to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And welcome to another edition of Beatin the House. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're going to be crisscrossing the country. This week we're crisscrossing the world to talk about the various jackpots that have happened in casinos, lotteries, table games. Whatever has happened with a big-ass jackpot on it, we're going to be talking about
poker.
it.
There was a big-ass jackpot in
yes.
poker.
Well,
For all you streamers out there, yeah, I guess they were a part of it.
Well, we have press releases constantly coming in, info@turnpikesportsradio.com. Keep them coming in. We'll keep talking about them. Not only do we learn about these huge amounts of money being won all across the world, we also learn about new games, too, sometimes. But right now, we're going to start off in Zurich.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. Casino Zurich, to be exact. We have the highest payout for a jackpot for this casino in its history.
All right.
A lucky patron was playing the slot machine known simply as Swiss Jackpot.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
In Zurich, it makes
sense.
sense.
It's a very creative name,
yes.
Swiss Jackpot. It was a progressive, high-paying jackpot machine that was tied in with 11 other casinos.
Okay.
I'm not going to say half these names because I don't even understand how to pronounce some of these Switzerland names here. But we've got 11 casinos.
Switzerland names? Is that
Swiss
what you're calling
it? Swiss names.
Switzerland names. Okay.
Sorry. But, okay, she was playing. She won on a $4.77. I convert everything to U.S. dollars.
Okay, thank you.
$4.77 bet. She won $8.419 million.
In U.S. dollars?
In U.S. dollars.
Wow. Oh, my God.
7 million francs.
Okay, I was gonna say, how many francs is that?
Yeah, it was basically, she did a $4.50. How do you say this? Well, here, she did a 5 Swiss franc bet. Let me round it up.
Okay.
$4.77 U.S. dollar bet. 8.419 million U.S. dollars. 7 million francs.
Okay.
This was actually the largest jackpot for the Casino Zurich in Switzerland. By the way, Casino Zurich sounds like the casinos that are always in those James Bond movies.
I was going to say, anytime you're talking to me about a jackpot in Zurich, I'm always thinking of James Bond sitting down at the poker table.
Well,
you know what's interesting about those?
You got to remember, the original one wasn't poker. The original Casino Royale wasn't. It was Baccarat.
Okay, well, let me tell you something. Whenever James Bond gambles and sits at a table, I love the chips that they play with. You know, it's not the little tiny poker
massive chips. Yeah.
He has like these massive blocks of like these bricks of whatever these are.
Yep.
That's I have never played a card game with those type of chips involved with them, but it's interesting.
Well, suffice it to say, you will never see a slot tournament in a James Bond movie.
No.
Pull this, Mr. Bond. You're not going to see something like that there. So, but again, you have $8.419 million U.S. To this lucky woman.
Wow, congratulations.
In Casino Zurich.
Yeah.
We're going from slot machines in Zurich to live stream poker in the United States.
Wait, yeah, a little confusing. I mean, I'm assuming this is the Poker Go jackpot. So I always thought of them as kind of a network. I guess they are streaming because
they're a streaming network.
I guess the only the only place I see them is on my Roku. So Poker Go.
Well,
so
you got to remember
they got some good programming.
Poker Go also does the production work for the World Series of Poker.
Yes.
So they're on TV that way.
Yeah.
But Poker Go is an OTT network.
Okay.
And this is regarding their show No Gamble, No Future.
All right.
Kind of an interesting name, but
okay.
Whatever floats your boat with that stuff. But we have Patrick Antonius setting a new record for winning the largest pot on a live stream in the United States.
Yeah, it was like almost $2 million, right?
$1,978,000.
Wow, unbelievable!
And it was just one hand against a casino owner, Eric Person.
Okay,
so
he can afford it.
They were playing head to head, and they won, and it was it broke the Hustler Casino Live record that was previous.
I was going to say, boy, streaming poker has been so popular lately, especially with the I'm not going to get into it, but the controversy regarding Hustler. What is it called? What's the actual name of it?
Hustler Casino Live.
Hustler Casino Live. I should
I
know that. I interviewed Nick Vertucci, I think last year before.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah?
You should know that because I just said the name.
Oh, okay. Well,
the previous record was held by Hustler
Casino Live. Yeah,
both of these are cash games. By the way.
And by the way,
yeah.
Fun stuff to watch. You know, it's really interesting.
It is.
The great thing about the streaming poker is they assemble some of the greatest personalities there are. I mean, sure, you're looking for the great poker, but you're looking at it for the interaction between the people at the table, and it's really interesting. I think one time in Hustler Casino Live, I saw who was it? The old Celtic.
You're
Paul
talking
Pierce. Paul
yes.
Pierce. Yeah, it was
Yes.
interesting. Yeah.
But we just mentioned Hustler, and we've been talking about them having the previous record. I never said what the previous record was.
Oh, okay.
$1,158,000 on
Okay.
Hustler Casino Live. And according to the report, the no gamble, no future jackpot record was actually set a couple times during this hand.
Oh.
So
Okay.
they broke it a couple times just in this one session.
Wow. All
Yes.
right. Boy, so what's the name of that? I want to check that
This
out.
show is Poker Go's No Gamble, No Future.
Okay.
By the
all
way,
right. I got to be honest with you.
Poker Go is one of the best production companies
Oh, absolutely.
for poker out
Absolutely. The reason why I asked for the name is I rarely know that I get to the streaming poker program or whatever you want to call it, and I never know the name of these things because I just
Look for Poker Go.
So I know Hustler Casino Live because I went out of my way to watch it because I was interviewing Nick Vertucci. But
by the way, that is a fun show to watch too.
Which one's that?
Hustler Casino Live.
Yeah. I have never been to that casino in Los Angeles. Hustler, yeah. So it's great. No, I can't wait to visit. It's such a good advertisement for Hustler Casino too. So
next up, we're going on a variation of poker. We're going to a table game.
All right.
We have the Flamingo Las Vegas. We have Camille R. from Edinburgh, Pennsylvania. She won $406,555 playing Ultimate Texas Hold'em, and the winning hand was a royal flush in clubs.
Wow, okay, good.
She was playing for 3 hours before winning the jackpot, and this was only her third time playing the game.
Wow.
You got to like that.
Beginner's luck, huh?
Well,
I shouldn't call that beginner's luck. There's a lot of people who play these games online, and I always say online, you get to really grow your bankroll, but you also learn the fundamentals of the game. I think it's playing live is such a good training session. So certainly a lot of these people are saying it's my third time playing live, but she's probably played the game about 100 times online.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, she said that the report didn't say whether or not this was her third time overall or third time live versus online. So I don't know.
Well, I know a lot of
clear.
people will say, "Oh no, it's my first time at the table," but a lot of people have played it several times online and really gotten good at it. So,
well, we're leaving Las Vegas. Sorry to quote the movie title there.
Okay.
We're going to Pittsburgh. Live Casino Pittsburgh. We have a Westmoreland County man who was playing a game of blackjack, and he won $164,824 at the Live Casino Pittsburgh. He was doing the Blazing Sevens progressive jackpot, the side bet where it triggers the progressive, hit the 100% jackpot amount on the hand, on the draw. I actually didn't know there were different levels of the percentage of the jackpot either.
Yeah,
so.
I didn't. Let me tell you something. Blackjack is, has different variations of it. We were talking about online. When I go online and play blackjack, there's Atlantic City rules and this rules and that rules. So there's different variations and different types of blackjack you can play. So it's an interesting game.
Well, it's almost like roulette. There's an American version, European version, all that stuff.
There are. So.
But we're now leaving casinos and going lottery.
A lottery.
Got a couple lottery stories to hit. New Jersey Lottery, we have a lucky lottery player in New Jersey hitting a $7.3 million jackpot on the Pick Six, which is a daily draw on a game where it's 6 numbers.
Yeah, no, there's
I don't know how else to explain that. You match 6 numbers.
There's a ton of daily games in New Jersey.
Well, everyone's got daily games.
Everyone likes, what is it, Cash 5? Is that
Cash
something?
5, you got the Extra 3 Turbo, you've got
Jesus.
Pick 6, you got all these different types of lottery games.
Okay.
Everyone's got daily games, but you have the Mega Millions and the Powerball.
Those
the
daily
national
games
ones.
are very popular because there are some of the last lotteries that are only $1. I mean, what is it, Mega Millions and Powerball? They're $2.
And some of those tickets, the scratchers can go
Scratchers,
10,
oh my
10,
God.
20. I saw a $50 one the other day.
I have never paid
crazy.
that much for a scratch ticket.
But the store was very happy that this person won it.
Sure.
They had already won $10,000 for giving out a $1 million ticket. They didn't disclose what they're going to get for the $7.3 million ticket.
Okay.
So they didn't disclose that. But they're getting a chunk of change for that as
Yeah,
well.
the store gets
10% usually. So
I don't think it's 10%.
A lot of times
it was
it's
like
10%. No, it's 10%.
I guess you have to check with the state.
It's every state, Every state's different. So. But we're going from New Jersey to Michigan now. And this one I thought was kind of interesting. Normally, when you lose a lottery drawing, you lose. Now, a lot of these states are having the second chance drawings.
Yeah, New Jersey has second chance drawings.
What's interesting here in Michigan, when this woman lost the Michigan Lottery $6 million jackpot, when she scans her tickets in, she didn't know that every time she scanned one of her tickets, whether it's a winner or a loser, she gets entered into a second chance drawing.
So automatically, without her even doing anything.
Yeah, all she did was scan it.
Okay.
She even said every time she gets a lottery ticket, win or lose, she scans it in the app anyway,
Good
just
move.
to check it. And unknown to her, she was entered into a drawing multiple times to win a second chance jackpot, and she was called by the lottery.
Okay.
And was told that she had won the $100,000 top prize in the second chance drawing.
Wow, that's great.
So everybody, if you're
Do the second chance, yeah.
Well, scan your tickets.
Oh,
in the
I guess
app
scan
still.
your tickets.
Yeah,
So,
if they have an app available, do it that way, because I actually
You told me that you do the second chance.
I had to,
but
do,
you
I was
actually
gonna do that. Yeah.
Okay, but you actually go in and
I don't have
and
the app.
actually physically
Yeah.
do something with it.
I didn't do the app. I had to type in the 16-digit code underneath the barcode on my lottery ticket.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right.
Don't ever do that. That hurt.
Yeah, well, get the app.
16
You
digits.
should get the app.
Yeah. So, but again, sometimes they're not printed well either. I mean, I had one lottery ticket. Half the ticket wasn't printed out right because the ink on the printer was gone.
Oh, all right.
So, but keep an eye out on that. Keep doing the second chance drawings.
Yeah,
Lots
they
of ways
pay
to
off.
win now.
Yeah.
Lots of ways to win. Now we're going to end up in Texas. We don't talk too much Texas lottery too much. And everyone knows about the services like Jackpocket and also Jackpot, which is the new one.
Okay.
Texas Lottery has something else. The Lotter.
The Lotter. Okay.
The Lotter. Yeah.
Okay, spell-
Lotter.
Oh.
The Lotter. It's all one word.
Okay.
The is part of it. Too.
Okay. All right.
The Lotter.
The Lotter.
Yes. It's a proxy service, basically.
Oh, okay.
You actually sign up online. You go ahead and purchase a lottery ticket through the Lotter, the website or the app.
Okay.
And what the Lotter does, they dispatch people to the local stores. They buy your ticket for you, scan the ticket in, put it into your online account, and if you win, they actually pay you through that online account.
Okay.
So
All right.
it's sort of like the Jackpocket app, but
Now,
it's got a physical component to it, too, where they go out and get your ticket.
Okay. So how do they get paid? I mean, do they take a little?
Yeah, they take a little something.
Little something.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's a great service. You know, I know that's a proxy service is a big thing in Las Vegas
For sports betting, yeah.
For sports betting,
Yeah.
especially for when you have these big contests, these when people you have to sign up there in person, but every week if you're part of these contests, you can use a proxy service to place your bets.
Well, the reason I brought up the Lotter is they had a jackpot of $525,000 paid out to one of their players.
Wow, that's great.
And he didn't have to do a damn thing.
That's great.
He just did it through the app.
Winning that much.
They went
what I
and got
love
it.
about these apps. That's what
Yep.
I love about the online casinos and online poker and online sports betting. You can win so
Yep.
much money just sitting at home.
Yep. The only thing he had
For a
to
lazy
do,
guy like me,
well,
that's awesome.
The only thing he had to do was go to the lottery office to get the money.
Well, yeah, that was such a happy
Yeah.
trip for him.
Yes,
I'm sure.
The limit on the Lotter. How about that alliteration? The litter on the Lotter is $600. Anything over $600, you got to go to the lottery commission.
Okay.
To get it, but
Okay.
$600 and under, you get it into your Lotter account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it for this week. Congratulations to all our winners, especially the one in Zurich there.
Yeah.
Setting a casino record. But keep the press releases coming in. info@turnpikesportsradio.com. We'll keep doing the segment, and we'll see you next week.
And that'll do for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.